Yeah, we're gonna rebuild this Delver deck to actually have Delvers in it and try some interesting other options, you know? Or Delver. What was I thinking? Oh, I wanted to try one Mystic Sanctuary. I've been anti that card in the past, but I think maybe you just have to play it somewhere. I'm gonna go a little bit down with Spell Pierces and play a few Flex Slot rule spells. And I think I'm gonna end up siding Court of Cunning now. I think I want an Holy Heat. What was I thinking? Holy Heat, maybe Dead Gone. I don't know. Card's like kind of weird, but I think I'll play exactly one. Yeah, sure. One Dead Gone. Yo, Chili ass, welcome back. Brazen Borrower is good. I don't think True Name has aged well, but Borrower is definitely good. That's the card I was thinking of that I had written down before. I'm gonna play at least one Borrower, maybe two. I think also if you want to put some 3-drops in your deck and sideboard 3-drops, like having the extra land also helps. I think I'm gonna cut one of these for Snow-Covered Island. I'm gonna play Court of Cunning. Sorry, Trunks. That's just how it is. You know me. I'm gonna play one court, I think, but not two. One court, one Hole Breacher. I think Hole Breacher is pretty good versus the control decks too, from this kind of shell. I like the Surgicals. I think these are basically locked. Yeah, I think this is basically where I want to have it. Yeah, I like Breacher better than most other people do versus a lot of random shit. Like basically, I like Breacher as a threat that you don't have to tap out for versus combo. Switch to blue fetches. You're right. That is right. My brain exploded for a second. That is definitely correct to do though. So this one goes, and then I split among these. It's fine. Yeah, no, I just woke up. I'm sleepy, but this is definitely where I want to be if I'm going to play Sanctuary. These can be. I probably, if I had written out the deck list this morning like I was intending to do, so I would have caught it, but I didn't wake up in time for that. But yeah, you definitely have to switch the fetches around to do that. I'm gonna play the basic island, because now I think with one less 1-drop on one, you can play basic island. It is gonna lead to awkwardness sometimes, so I'm not even convinced it's correct, but you know, we're sciencing out here. I do like End the Festivities. I do like these. You could play a Static Caster over like the second end, but I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. And probably just take my L's to Death and Taxes. Like, this list is particularly not very good for Death and Taxes, but that's fine, you know. So, yeah. We're gonna get the cards and join the prelim. Should have enough time for that. And, thanks for everyone being here. If you want to support the stream, hit that follow button. That's free to do. If you really want to support the stream, check for your Twitch Prime sub and consider using it here. Or, you know, if you want to use a regular sub, that's also greatly appreciated. Hey, Roncor. I'm fine. I'm just kind of bummed about the SUG announcement. A little bit sleepy as well, so it's kind of hard to say. But still gonna play Magic on stream occasionally now and then. Just not. I think I might dial it back a little bit. Jarvis snap. Yeah, something like that. We'll get this on Cardboard Live as well. Real quick. Forked Bolt? I see. Yeah, I mean, Forked Bolt is clearly a good card for certain strategies, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, Decklist should be up on the extension. Someone let me know if it's not. I don't think Magic is dead, it's just I think there are some things that could be how do I put it? There are some things about the competitive scene, or like in general, about the WotC competitive scene that could have been handled better. But you know, there's always the chance that third party makes tournament series that people are happy with. Alright, at the deck list. Oh, also, Chilias, let me know if I should open a chest for you. We open chests for subs here. You also get access to awesome emotes. Oh, what's up, Froglord? It's been a while, my friend. Nah, I was just ranting about organized play, but, you know, it's obviously not dead. Future of Lands? I don't know. It's fine. I mean, I don't play lands every time I play Magic or stream, you know. You like a gamble? Alright, let's open this chest. I have a bunch still. I have been doing okay in the leagues and prelims. Plasm Capture. This is not worth anything, but we got 15 play points. Not bad. People were so hyped about this card with Sphinx's Revelation. Because Sphinx's Revelation was RTR and Plasm Capture was Dragon's Maze. F for Ragavan, indeed. Pretty bad Simic Mana Drain. Yeah, I mean, 4 mana for a Mana Drain is a lot, so it's like kind of not ideal. Wow. Yo, what's up, Stu? Did someone say workshops? Not right now, but I think shops is fine in Vintage. I don't actually own any Mishra's workshops, but I think I own most of the rest of the deck by this point. I own 2 Tabernacles, and I don't think you need to generally, but I do own 2 just in case. Let's see what else is expensive in the deck. Some Shops Leagues? Were you Golos? You should play Golos, I think, if you're going to play the deck. I don't think, IRL. I have P9. I have, like, basically all of the expensive land destruction stuff and the spheres and stuff, so... Like, once you have all of that, the deck's not actually that expensive, but obviously that is expensive. But I think probably if there's another Eternal Weekend in Pittsburgh, I will play some blue deck Stu, if I had to guess. Like, I'm kind of hoping they bring it back, but I'm not sure I'm even optimistic for that next year. Or, like, maybe ever, you know. George XPO? Yeah, I think that deck is probably good. You know, like, kind of hard for Paradoxical to be truly bad. The only issue I have with PO is that you tend to flood a lot, because your deck has a lot of mana sources. There's a Vintage Showcase tomorrow. I think I would probably play, like, Tinker Saga of some sort, but building the exact configuration is difficult. Like, Urza Saga is a messed up Magic card. It's, like, kind of nuts how insane it is. Maybe I should play a second Meltdown. I'll stick with one, but it's possible I should be playing two. Oh, it's kind of funny. I think the best cards versus that stuff. The best cards versus, you know, the Saga style decks, like Alpine Moon, are like universal. They're in all of the formats, so it's kind of funny. I think I'm going to play a second Meltdown. I've changed my mind. Also, I just realized how much cheaper this deck is once you cut the Ragavans from it. Kind of funny. Meltdown's 31 tickets? What the hell? Holy moly. Holy moly. Meltdown. Yeah, I mean, Alpine Moon is one of the better cards. That's why you see it in Modern and Legacy as well. It's one of the better cards. So is Dress Down is also like a card you can play. Alright, second Meltdown, get in there. Meltdown also a card you can play, and probably good. Yo, what's up, Aslid? Welcome back. 8 months, appreciate it. Let me know if I should open a chest. Let's see, let's get that Meltdown there. I'm trying a more experimental blue-red list. I might end up playing it on Sunday, I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna just cut one Pyroblast, actually. Which looks kind of goofy, but I kind of feel like... Alright, actually I've got it. Let's... cut... Alright, let's cut Dead Gone from the main for Pyroblast, actually. Which is kind of maniacal, but also I'm just trying things. Switch to chest for its next... Alright, yeah, I mean... Fair enough. Fair enough. We can always talk about that, but also, that's a good segue. If you want to... If you're interested in an enormous lands guide, it's going to be a living document. I've been updating it every so often. Check out the Patreon. And there is a Patreon tier there that's cheaper than a normal rate for coaching. So, just think about that. Oh, also, some stuff coming up next week. I'll be streaming some Modern, but I will also be covering Alpha Frog's Vintage Cube Invitational on Thursday with Alpha Frog himself, and it'll be run on Onrog's channel, I believe. those are the details I have for now. I don't have other details, but I'm always excited to see, like, in-pod vintage cube draft is always fun. Like, a lot of weird stuff can happen, is how I should put it. Alright, I'm gonna fire up a Sporkle while we wait for the prelim to start. But, you know. Alright, anyone having good Magic the Gathering Sporkles? Look at. Let's go to, like, page 8 or whatever. I remember this one. This one was hard. Alright, Ultimate Price. Show us your trophies, your IRL trophies. Let's see. I'm kind of looking for some sort of goofy Sporkle while we wait for the prelim, which I think it's definitely going to fire. People want QPs for Sunday as well. Can we find some interesting Sporkle? I am skeptical. I am skeptical. Color me skeptical. Wait, Magic the Gathering cards that are also books? Alright, sure. Why not? JM Day Tome? Wait. JM Day Tome? Where's his tome? Tomeo's Journal? Book of Exalted Deeds? Magic the Gathering Small Circle? Let's see. What's up, Yankee? Oh, shit. There's so many books. Venser's Journal is a good one, yeah. Magistrate's Tome? No. Oh, Spellbook. Yeah. Oh, a Messy Tome? Wait, I don't know how it's spelled, but you're right. Jellum Tome I remember. Book of Wrath I don't remember. Yeah, this was made before Investigator's Journal. This is surprisingly hard. Illuminated Folio is the one I was thinking of, yeah. And obviously, Folio Fancies, which was broken and limited. Maze Mind Tome. Oh, actually, that might be there. Was that... No. I guess that was core set 20? Grimoire of the Dead. Nice. It's also roughly alphabetical, so we know there's like 2 cards before Book of Wrath. Geth's Grimoire. Someone really has their books on lockdown. Monkeys Can't Cry has the books on lockdown. Thran Tome? Yep. There's another one from Throne, yeah. Let's see if I can remember it. It's after TH. Whoa. What is this wizardry? Someone is just crushing... Monkeys Can't Cry is crushing the tomes, or the books. Y'all are just letting Monkeys Can't Cry run away with the tome race. Really should, like... Let's see. What other tones are there? This is something I'm not so good at. Because, like, I don't know. My brain doesn't work the way for this. Curse Scroll? Yeah, that sounds right, actually. No. Walking Archive. This is discriminating you by age? But what about the Second Throne one, Yankee? Why can't you remember the Second Throne one? I know you were playing Magic then, so you don't have an excuse. Tome of Legends? What the hell is Tome of Legends? I already got Spellbook. Tome of Legends. Oh, it was one of the commander cards. That's why. Sarpadian Empires Volume 7. Yeah. Yeesh. I can't believe I forgot that. It's italicized, or it used to be italicized in like the MTGO, like Meddling Mage menu or whatever. Because it was actually the first character. Avacyn Restored. The book in Avacyn Restored? No way no one knows all of these. No, I think there's actually one or two people I expect to know all of them. Arcadian Atlas? Yeesh. Oh, Urza's Blueprints is a good call. Yep, that's a good call. That's one of my favorite cards, except it has not aged gracefully. Ravnica Allegiance, there's a book? What's the book in Ravnica Allegiance? Oh, so I'm going to start a prediction for round 1 of the prelim. Alright, prediction up for round 1 of the prelim. Does Teferi have a book in Mirage? Probably, but I don't know what it's called. I mean, there's a Mirage book left. Library of Learning? That's not a book, I guess. But we can try it. Yeah, who doesn't love tap draw a card? Especially with Echo, and it costs 6. I think it's all fringe play because of like Grim Monolith, Thran Dynamo, Voltaic, but Otherworldly Atlas. Oh, that one was forgotten. Well, blame Armath, who is a sometimes attendee of this channel. I thought there was an Otherworldly Atlas. Okay, not. Alright, when the prelim starts, I'll just click give up on this, but it seems like we're kind of tapped out. Wait, how do you spell Alhammaret's Archive? Alhammaret's Archive. Right. Alhammaret's Archive. Oh god. Anyone remember how to spell that? Would a bookcase count? Maybe. Secret bookcase? No. Secret bookcase is a card, I'm pretty sure, but don't exactly remember. Arcane Encyclopedia. Arcane Encyclopedia. That's definitely right. I remember now. MSC Tome. Oh, I see. It has 2 M's. Let's check the firm real quick. Right. Wow, a lot of people in. Okay. You're thinking based on alphabetical? Ravnica Allegiance to find the card. 5 mana, draw 2, discard 1 book. What? Pour over the pages? I think that's what it was called, like as a card from like Shadow over Innistrad, but it wasn't. Maybe that doesn't count. Fool's Tome? Wow. Tome of the Guild Pact. Yeah, that is one. I even drafted one of those in that limited GP day 2. That's in 6 stamp. That card is sick. You want to get in an attrition war versus Tome of the Guild Pact. It's not going to end well. It's not going to end well for one person. Alright, I'm gonna quick give up now. Kirin Archive and Mangara's Tome, I wasn't gonna get that. Otherworld Atlas, you were so close! And Phyrexian Grimoire, I wasn't gonna remember that. Oh, I have a match? Okay. Keep. Obviously, like, wish I had one more color source in hand, but I'm definitely gonna keep. I'm also a big fan of Magic card trivia. And Daze. It's a good turn to use Daze. Good one. I'm snapping off this waste. I'm just attacking. Because, like, they fetched Tundra, so that implies they're Landlight, I think. Like, they had to use Misty to fetch Tundra, I guess, so not necessarily Landlight, but their white sources are a lot more valuable than anything else. I think I'm just going to leave up Pierce this turn. Interesting. Right. Sure. So, it is unfair. We're finally... The Delvers are back in the Delver deck. I care. So, if I pierce it, they'd be at 9. But I don't have a land. Kind of close, actually. I think I'm gonna let it go. But it's kind of close. I mean, maybe I shouldn't. It's definitely, like, this is a close decision. Yeah, I'm not gonna counter it. But I think it's close. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Brainstorm into Daze is, like, kind of maniacal. Alright, the land's really good. Gonna keep. I'm gonna pierce that. I just want to use my mana this time. And yeah, I actually thought they were Landlight. Let's see. So... see, they're 12. I could make a 6/6 and have force backup. They've used 1 plow. I think I'm going to do that, actually. I'm probably priced into forcing a plow on the Regent if it comes down to that. My top card's Unholy Heat. I'm gonna force back, pitching the Delver. Of course, if they have another plow, this doesn't end up great. Right. Didn't end up great. But we can reload. Yikes. Alright, this was a disaster scenario. Like, I waited a pretty long time, but, you know, it didn't work out. But I really want to resolve this, so that's what I did at this turn. Like, just finding a wasteland is super high value over replacement as well. Obviously, brainstorming would have ended up better here, but... kind of unfortunate. Just like hitting a land there, I think is super, super, super good. They're still super exposed to wasteland as it is, so... Nice. Debatable if I want to keep this Unholy Heat or not, I think. But I don't think I want the Rainforest. And the Delver is kind of my next worst card. I think the Daze is kind of weirdly valuable. Okay, really good. I should leave the iteration because I have Sanctuary in my deck. And it doesn't really change it to have 6/6 versus 7/7. I mean, I could versus like an Uro or something, obviously, but... Heat, just like random... Like, there are weird scenarios where I think it would be more valuable. Tundra? Source of Plowshares. Literally just Source of Plowshares. Days on the front end. I think so, because if they just draw 2 lands from the Uro and another. I just want to make sure they don't draw 2 lands and the Daze becomes dead quickly, so... Of course it's close there as well. Alright, so I definitely want to draw DRC this turn, and then the Ponder after to turn that. And so, I think scrying away the Murktide might not happen, but at least I get the option to do so if I do it this way. And now I think even if they do manage to escape Uro next turn, which is not even a lock, if it's a fetch, they would be dead. Right. So they didn't even have the fetch. Because they would fetch down to 3, escape Uro, go to 6. I have a 6/6 Murktide. So it would have... yeah, Trunks, I was figuring out whether I should Daze or not. I came to the conclusion I should, because there's just too many disaster scenarios if I don't. So my top card's Ponder. think I'm gonna try this way. Well, I guess that works. Question is the safest way to play this. They've already used one force. They've used two. Alright, I guess the bolt save. Yeah, on their... Well, yeah, on their upkeep, they could have Fawn Hardcast, but that's fine. I'm gonna leave that on top in case if something goes wrong. I'm not sure it's great, but it sort of worked out, I guess. I still have a bunch of bolts in my deck, and they're also going to escape Uro every time here. You think I should just let them cast the Uro? I guess maybe. I guess that's not unreasonable. But... Alright, there. Alright, now they're dead. I guess maybe I should have let them put their Uro on the stack, actually. I had a lot of bolts left in my deck, but it's possible I should have just let them put their Uro on the stack and bolted, because they would have no mana, and then they can't cast Fawn. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe that was a little bit sloppy, actually. Right, let me take this out. I don't think this is particularly good. I think I'm gonna cut the Snow Island. Think about Caracas, I'm not sure. So I don't actually like Lightning Bolt that much in the matchup. I might, like, leave... Like, I would rather just have a bunch of blasts. Although... You cut Dazes? I don't think I'm gonna do that, but I'm also thinking about if I want Submerge. I think I might have one Submerge in my deck. But Daze with the Sanctuary is kind of busted, so I kind of am loath to cut it. I might not do it for that reason. Well, I haven't seen any Endurance, but they're almost a lock to have 2 to 3 at least, in my opinion. I'm trying it for science. I'm notoriously anti-Sanctuary most of the time. But I want to see what happens, like... I think it's kind of decent if the games go long. Alright, this hand's fine. This hand's not as good as it looks, but it's definitely fine. Yeah, I know. If they have like 3+, then there's a bigger case for Submerge. Do I think 13 creatures is correct? I'm not sure. I don't really like 16, I'll tell you that. I think 13 to 14 range is fine. I don't really want to waste that land. I kind of don't want to waste any of their lands and try to just like sneak that in. I also don't want to give them a mana this turn, so I'll just say go. I mean, maybe. I have to play this land out. I'm not playing waste. I want to waste white sources, not green or blue sources, really. This kind of works out perfectly. Yeah, I'm not going to go after the red, though. But I think what I am going to do is go after this and see if it's safe to, like, full breacher them. Red, ending, endurance, full breacher. So if I waste this, they can't really cast Reb on my turn, right? Okay, so I guess I'm gonna waste that and say go. I'm not gonna let them draw out of this. Their hand's like kind of shit, actually. Would like to note these daisies are still alive somehow because of the situation they're in. I think I have a plan. It's kind of a goofy one, I guess, but I kind of just want to, like... I want to get into a spot where I get to, like, float 2 and double daze them, essentially. I think we're getting to the point where I have to just give them a shit ton of mana, but it's not going to matter that much anymore. And I can just double daze their Full Breacher. I'm just going to double daze it. So it cuts up a lot of mana as well. Unfortunate. So that's their hand. I guess I kind of just have to give them whatever now. And now I have to figure out what to do about this fucking endurance, which is kind of problematic. I think I'll be able to work it out. Okay, actually, I'm gonna blast that. Yep. Their last card's Prismatic Ending, but I don't really care about that. A fetch gives me iteration, or Sanctuary for iteration, at least. So that's kind of nice. Basically, I just have to manage that, but, you know. I should have screenshotted their deck, I forgot to do that, but it'll be fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna let all removal spells on my stuff resolve, essentially. Kind of problematic. I think it's worth it. Unfortunate. I mean, it wasn't necessarily that they had Blast, because they were just making red for their iteration. It's fine. Just need to shuffle that. I'm looking for Murktide. I mean, I'll be at 2. That's why I haven't cast this, because, like, it put me at a multiple of dying to that if I were to draw a fetch. I'm not sure the carpet... I guess the carpet fixed their colors this game, but the mana advantage they gained from it didn't really do anything. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. This one's going to be smaller because the next one pumps both, so it's definitely worth it to do it this way. Okay, fine. That's why I did it this way. Like, definitely correct in my opinion. So if I find some blockers, I'm definitely attacking. Alright, I think I'm going to take a risk. Oh, I could waste one green source. You're right. No, I should have wasted before attacking for sure. That's just better. Yo, what's up, Unbanned Mental Misstep? Thanks.
Little morning coffee and legacy before work noise.
Alright, they did have another endurance. And now I need to draw a blocker. Sad. I think I did my best. The carpet was just a huge problem. I mean, I almost, like, wiggled my way out of it, but I ended up losing still in, like, a... Yeah, they should have targeted... Like, if I just drew another Murktide, I would just play it here. But I guess I'm down 2. I think I played it pretty well, actually, generally, but I still lost, which is fine. I mean, I didn't play it perfectly, but I think I played it well, is how I should put it. Possible I want Submerge, like, 1. But I actually really like Daze with Mystic Sanctuary. Heat better than Submerge, maybe, actually. They're both kind of not great, though. Kind of think Force of Will is not very good versus them. I'll have 3 in, but not 4. It's kind of weird that they had Hole Breacher in versus me as well. I mean, Submerge also kills Hole Breacher most of the time versus their deck because they have to fetch drop pretty often. Also, Unban, let me know if I should open a chest for you after this match. So thanks for everyone being here on this Friday. We're playing some Playing a Legacy prelim on Magic Online. If you enjoyed the stream, hit that follow button. That's free to do. If you really enjoy the stream, check for that Twitch Prime sub or that regular sub. Get those Bezo bucks into someone's pocket. I should play first. Like a reluctant keep. It's not the most insane, but I'm definitely keeping. So I could Pyro plus Daze. I think I just let it go, actually. But it's like kind of maniacal. I could have, but I didn't think it was correct. I did think about it, though. Just gonna search Boulder Plows. Alright, they were just trying to score a free win. Brainstorm, Carpet, Preacher, Sanctuary, Blast, Burrow. When they wasted me, I just thought they were fishing for a free win, and it looks like I was kind of correct. Oh, I forgot to screenshot their deck again. I am snap pyroing that. Their hands that now. Gonna shuffle. That's good. Basically, I was looking for a waste or a blue source. It doesn't reveal for surgical. It literally doesn't reveal for surgical. Yeah, it doesn't work. So that's why. Enter another cantrip. I just want to burn all my stuff to try to keep them off of finding a land. Fortunately, they found a land. That's like the best land for them to find as well. Is that the blast I saw? Did I see a Reb? I don't remember. They have Breacher Ura. Okay, I see. Fuck. You would hit Trop? What about Prismatic Ending? It's kind of a funny draw. So their last card's Uro, so I should just leave up the blast. Oh, endurance. I guess that's a good reason. Alright. I'm just gonna leave a blast though. Because it cuts off like a cantrip chain to removal as well. If I do that. Appear to be dead to me. I guess a rock could fall in my house or something. Ragavan did get the hammer. That's why there are Delver secrets in my deck right now. Alright. 1-0. I don't know about this matchup. I kind of think these matchups are kind of weirdly... There's a lot of game to be played, is how I would play it. Alright, so 1-0 in the prelim. It's still best deck? I don't know. I'm gonna put the deck up real quick. Thanks for everyone being here. This is the deck. If you want to support the stream, you know how to do it. I need to open a chest. Do I need to open a chest for Unbanned Mental Misstep? Let me know. I'm gonna get some water, be right back, and thanks for being here. Oh, also I'm gonna run a quick ad. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. Thanks for being here. Unbanned Mental Misstep, thanks for gifting us up to Perspiring Mike? Sweating Mike, I guess? Should I open 2 chests? One for your sub, one for the gifted sub? How many matches left? 2 matches left. Who could say no to chess? I don't know. Alright, I guess I'll open them. Let's get lucky. Alright. Ooh, 125 waypoints is good. That's way above expectation. This is not good. The 125 waypoints is lucky. That is not lucky. Stuck in ads. Sorry. You shouldn't see any ads anymore now that you're a sub. Ooh. Price, Copper Line Gorge. I don't think the pier is worth anything. TG bot, are you dead? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Copper Line Gorge. I don't think pier is worth anything. Okay, it's 47 cents, but I guess I can check. Alright, it appears to be 2 cents. This is like a promo one, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Alright, 2 matches left. I'm not gonna start a match or anything. Oh, JPA was in this thing. Senpai Blank is in this event. I saw him work, or saw them work in the chat. Snoopy Magic my alt? No. Although I am told that Snoopy Magic is a Chinese person, but they play Sneak and Show, and I don't really like Sneak and Show, so they are not me. Let me open this coffee thing. Drinking some triple shot draft latte. It's my like 4th coffee beverage of today because I'm sleepy. Well, it's anti-me except for the Snoopy part. The Snoopy part is rad. The rest is like, well, Sneak and Show. F Sneak and Show, I guess is how I would put it. And if you like Sneak and Show, I'm sorry. I drink probably too much coffee every day, but, you know. Alright. Don't be sorry for sneak players. You know what I'll do? I'll look at the current spoiled cards from this set. Because there were a few. The Wandering Emperor. 2 white. Flash. +1. It's counter. You can activate. Oh, I see. So it's like a one-shot combat trick. Or, you know, you can always main phase it. But it is a one-shot combat trick, and then it like provides some value. I think this is gonna be really, really good in draft, but you know, probably not good enough. Yeah, I saw Boseiju. Card's pretty good. I would caution people to reread the card. If you, like, Boseiju one of their permanents, they can go search up a dual land. It doesn't really work as a lock piece. Like, you're not going to waste lock someone with that card unless if you have, like, infinite time. Jin Gataxias Progress Tyrant. Jin Gataxias is originally from, like, the Mirrodin plane, I thought. Weird. I guess the Phyrexians are coming to Kamigawa. Because it's a Phyrexian Praetor. Whoa. Wow. This is an interesting card. And the Praetors are in random planes, yeah. Junji the Midnight Sky. This is... Ooh, actually this ability is a lot more exciting than the other one. Actually, the other one's, like, fine, but it's not the most exciting. The Fleet Farmer, the problem with that is, I think if you spend, like, 16 mana versus Delver, you're winning anyways. Like, that's the thing you should think about. And if you have Exploration plus Loam going, you're gonna kill all of their lands anyways. So, like, that's kind of a rel. The real reason I'm excited about the card is you can, like, kill a Blood Moon in game 1 as most lands decks now. Or, like, a Chalice or something. Yeah, exactly, monkeys can't cry. Like, you're not cold to Blood Moon anymore. It's like a weird Beast Within / Assassin's Trophy variant. Fuck. Less than 3 mana got converted to a heart. Nice. Alright, round 2 of the prelim coming up. Fluffy 21. I believe they're an Elves pilot. I only have one Hull Breacher. This is a matchup where Hull Breacher is really good, though. So. Really good if I find spells off the top. Borderline otherwise. Also, I'm not for sure they're on Elves. I just think it's relatively likely. This is actually... If I find, like, red cards, this is a really good hand for Elves. This is one of the problems. Sometimes you can just draw too many creatures and it's not great. But... No. Yeah, I don't think you can ship it, but it's actually... It's worse than it looks, I think. I think it's just... A lot of the time, this hand's not good enough versus, like... Is there a reason to play Island? What if they just have Wasteland in their deck? Like, a lot of the Elves lists have been playing Wasteland. Like, one Wasteland. I don't think you gain much by... And I also want to save the fetch in case if I want to, like, scry. There's a lot of reasons. Like, what if I just draw Brainstorm next turn, right? Oh, wow. They're not on Elves. Okay. Then I'm relatively glad I didn't... Okay, well... Okay. Yeah, exactly. But... Whoops. I'm gonna waste them in an attack. Yeah, of course, if I drew waste, I would much rather have played the Volk out, or fetched for Volk, rather. Force of Will? Sure. Alright, yeah, another land. It's fine, though. They know about this daze, unfortunately, but can't do much about it. I mean, so Murktide is good in these mirrors, but Not when you don't have the things to build up to it, unfortunately. Okay. I sense weakness in them, so I'm just gonna like trade everything off and try to build a big Murktide. It feels like they're weak. I don't know why I think that. Okay, maybe they aren't, I guess. Wish I didn't have so many Murktides in my hand. Like, if one of them was a cantrip, I would be a lot better off, obviously, but, you know. Yeah, sure. I'm jamming every time here. I don't really have time, especially because, like, my hand doesn't do anything. If they daze, I just have to force. Yeah, this is the true cost. I agree with you. I've run into this plenty of times. Like, people act like it's just brainless, or it's like people act like it's a lock that you should just play for Mercs, but there's actually reasons not to. I think generally it is correct to start 4 Mercs and then sometimes shave down on them in post-board games, but it depends on the matchup. Alright, so they got a land and a Delver. Yo, what's up, Russian Ranger? I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. I mean, it's a Friday and I'm playing Magic, like, during the day, because I have the day off, so, like, how can things be that bad, right? If they waste me, I'm definitely bolting the Delver. I think it's just 100% correct. Looks like they have a Merc, unfortunately. Theirs is going to be 7/7. I don't have any cantrips is the real problem. Like, I think I'm just going to kill this now. Gonna get out of hand otherwise. Fuck. I don't even really want to play it. It doesn't really accomplish very much. Does it make it too good? No. It's a utility card. It's not a prison card. It's not like Ghost Quarter or Wasteland. It's more like Assassin's Trophy. If that makes sense. Pyromancer. Alright, I'm definitely bringing in the festivities versus this person. I think I just have to play it now. If I draw a fetch, I can, you know, make a bigger Merc, try to get things going. Yeah, no, I changed my mind. I definitely should play the Sanctuary. Right, they're only drawing creatures, which is good for me. I definitely want End the Festivities once you see Young Pyromancer. It's like kind of debatable if you should have it in your deck in the mirror otherwise. Exactly. I think the first copy is good, but I don't think it's a broken card. Yeah, of course you can map it up, but I'm like... There's a lot of matchups where I think time is like... Or map is kind of slow. But obviously map is a good card. Yeah, I like the first copy in Modern Amulet as well. Makes sense. They had a bolt. I don't think I'm forcing it. I don't think it accomplishes much. Obviously, like, this position's kind of precarious, but I should not force that, I think. Fuck, it's second Merc, which I'm pretty pressed into forcing, unfortunately. Actually, how many were exiled from that? 2, so it'd be 5/5. That would take 9. If I draw, I would take 9, go to 9. They would have. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to force it, actually. I think I'm gonna just take 9, untap, and hope I draw something. Like, actually, ideal would be cantrip into. Yeah, cantrip into, like, fetch. Yeah, we both had a lot of creatures. Well, I'm dead now. Basically, I needed a cantrip. Cantrip into, say, Pyroblast and fetch. I think was actually my best possible, but I didn't draw any of that, so I died instead. That's okay, though. I would still keep that hand. Yeah, but I didn't draw that, unfortunately, which is fine. Oh, I don't really like Spell Pierce that much. Although, the weird thing is, I think Iteration made Pierce slightly better, but it's still, like, not very good. Could also cut Pierce for 1 force. I think I'd rather have the Pierce, though. Yeah, no fonts. I play Spell Pierce instead. You could justify Fawn over Pierce as well, but I think it's kind of easy to run out of cards sometimes, so I don't know. It's, you know, it's kind of a judgment call. There's a lot of, like, flexibility in those slots, I think. They kind of do some more things. Alright, well. Wish I didn't draw the Sanctuary again, but I'm certainly not mulling this hand, so. Coin flip. Coin flip. There we go, boys and girls. Friends of the stream, I guess is a better way of putting it. Don't want to assume anyone's gender here. They days that I don't really care. Everyone hears a Delver until proven otherwise. That's a reasonable assumption, honestly. Like, you know. There's no proof that people aren't Delvers here. Kind of unfortunate. Because I assume what's going to happen is I'm going to get wasted right there. Yeah, that was crisis averted. Question is, what do I put back? Probably an iteration. Yeah, I think iteration channeler is correct. It's like pretty impossible for them to have daze. I think they would have dazed the brainstorm almost every time. Like, basically they saw me play Sanctuary as my second land, so the conclusion is I don't have many lands in my hand. You know? Rip. Okay, they don't have Delirium yet. I think I'm actually supposed to trade off, as weird as this looks. I think I'm just gonna do this and say go. Leave up the blast this turn, and then iteration next turn around days. I think if you don't block, the issue is you're actually probably going to lose the race with double surveils from their side. Because they're just so much more likely to get Delirium. Like, yeah, they just have Delirium here. If they force this, I'm fine with it. Let them resolve their surveil, then I'll fetch a Volk. I guess they have 2 dazes in their hand. Sure, it's fine. I think this totally ended fine for me. They must have drawn the dazes after that brainstorm turn. This is much better for me, of course. I mean, they have no mana for their iteration now, so it's like, it's kind of hard for it to go wrong. Obviously, they can replay land. They can put 2, they can like exile 1-drop, put a 1-drop into their hand. But I think I'm totally okay with this situation. Like, I got a 2-for-1 off my blast because I didn't tap out for iteration on my turn. How could they think this is a good idea? If their hand's just like, if their other card is just a land, this is probably a good idea, actually. They're gonna waste me? Sure. Wait, have they played it? Oh, they didn't even play Wasteland? Okay, fine. So they've used 2 dazes. I'm not going to play around another daze. I think it's just worth too much to surveil. Wish I had one more land. I guess I have to take land here. Much. I have a feeling I'm going to lose to Murktide now, unfortunately, but not much I can do about it. Do I want that? Probably. Not great versus Murktide, but if they don't have Murktide, it's definitely correct to keep that, though, so... Should I block just in case they have Murktide? They have Volk. Unknown? Unknown? Well, the problem is the DRC has to, like, kill itself, right? Alright, I think I'm in such big trouble versus Murktide that I'm going to pretend they don't have it. Fuck. I have a lot of regrets now, but, you know. Trading off would have been better in this particular scenario, but I decided to take a risk. Obviously, it did not work out. The question is if I'm supposed to push 3 damage. Don't think so. I think what I'm going to do is just do this and surveil 1, looking for either a blast or a cantrip. Probably not that. I basically just need to dig to another blast. Of course they'll block here. I'll take 8 on the next attack and I'm dead to a bolt, but whatever. Iteration's my best draw. Have to block here. Not looking great. I should let them resolve the surveil. Sucks. I don't really think I could have done much about this game. Alright, kinda sucks. Lost the match. Elves is a rough matchup. I actually think the way I have my deck constructed, Elves is a fine matchup. The last premium I played with JPA's list, I farmed Elves both times with blue-red, so Oh well, lost the match. But that happens. Chat. Okay, what are we gonna do for a while? We have a lot of time to kill. Draft a Ravned Cube deck? I thought they took it down. But also that format is like not my favorite. Yeah, it's down. I'm definitely not drafting this format where I can't tell what the cards are. Yeah, Innistrad double double feature. The cards are unreadable. Yeah, you can't read any of the cards. Alright, I'm going to go back to the Mythic Spoiler and see what other cards there are. While we wait. Oh, let's flip through them. Alright, we're only halfway through. Tamio the Completed Sage. I kind of like the pun. And also, that's like kind of goofy, but you know, whatever. I believe this is Phyrexian / blue / green. My keyboard sounds like popcorn? Interesting. Did not realize that. Goro. Wait, what the hell? Someone did not do a good job of cropping here. Like, look at this. There's one card on top of the other. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's cropped from a larger image where the other cards are on top of each other. Makes sense. Oh, I was gonna ramble about Invoke Despair. Those repeated cards are kind of fun. And also, like, this is not exactly priced to be, like, super broken. You know? Dragon that dies into 5 is cool, yeah. Also, Tezzeret? The first activated ability of an artifact you can activate each turn costs 2 less to activate. I see. Some Poxwares on. This costs way too much for Legacy now. Like, 5 mana for this type of card is just way too much. Like, pause. Chico's random druid. Oh, I like the reality chip because it has a ridiculous type line, which is legendary artifact creature / equipment jellyfish, which is just such a ridiculous tagline. You know. It's very, very funny to me. Yeah, I don't like all the alternate printings as well for every set now, but it's not for me. The problem I have with it is, like, I can't tell what a card is looking at it briefly now anymore. That's the only problem I have with it. If they had it, if there were like 3 or 4 alternate arts, sure, but like, it seems to me like there's an excessive amount of them. Oh, also like Simian Swing because it's an equipment monkey. I also like the throwbacks to the Unspeakable or like Umazawa or whatever. You know, this is a real throwback to Umazawa's Jite. This uses many journeys, also a throwback. The throwback cards I think are kind of fun. I like, I think they figured out that they can do a lot more sagas, and that's kind of cool. Like, sagas just tell kind of a fun story. You know, it's fine. The modern age. I guess it's going from, like, the old age to the modern age. What is the creature side? Vector glider, I see. You glide along some vectors. Ooh. 5/5 ninjutsu for 3 and a black. People are going to get lava axed by that a lot. Or more than a 0 amount, I guess. Like the Kami War. Just like a fun, like, this is not priced to be, like, to destroy constructed or whatever. It's kind of a fun card, so. Enough text on that card from Via Modern Age. Fair enough. Alright, I like what I see so far. Like, Osage is a little bit... It's good. This one's also good. This one kind of sucks. This makes 2/1/1 spirits and they gain haste until end of turn. And also it costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature control. What does this one say? Mill 3... Okay, so it's like a... It's like a clunky recursion card. If you tap your Vector Glider, did you transpose it? Definitely, yeah. Attacking with Vector Glider is just transposing it. Is this just like... Is this Power Crept on Claim Territory? Or is there something... I think it's Power Crept on Claim Territory. Interesting. Yeah, the channel lands are untapped, which is a big deal. Alright, I'm tired of looking at these alternate arts. Like, way too many of them. Poor unclaimed territory, but actually, I think this does something important. Oh, there are more cards that aren't sorted. If I go to the top. Oh, I see. What is this? Rebel Outlaw. Okay, that's fine. They defined modified. That's funny. Yeah, I did it. This is Cry of the Carnarian, right? Yeah, it's Cry. This is like... Oh, what? So you can attack as a 1/1 unblockable, let it go through, and then either ninjutsu or untap it to deal 3. So that's like kind of a... This is going to be an important enabler for ninjutsu, I think. Because, like, it does not hit very hard, but also it has the buyout clause of pay 3 mana to deal them 2 more damage. So, expensive as an enabler? I mean, sort of. I mean, I guess, yeah, it is expensive as an enabler, never mind. Assassins can color ink. I see. So if you have an artifact and enchantment, it's BB for... It's like an instant speed Dreadbore for BB instead. I really like the hybridized equipment creatures. I think that's a really smart design. Thinking all Doomblades kill Planeswalkers is great. I agree. I don't, like, just losing to Planeswalkers in draft is kind of an awful feel sometimes. Because, like, if they don't get killed, generally the game's going to go, like, very, very poorly. Okay. So let me talk about this card, chat. This is not the real spell. This is the real spell. Well, I mean, to me, this is not a Springleaf Drum. This is really a, this is a bad repel that has a buyout of Springleaf Drum if your mana's screwed. Oh, Live the Dream of Windorf? That's kind of cool. Sure, I mean, you can. I mean, I'm not going to put it in my cube, but you could probably put it in yours and what happens. 3 mana, 3/2 trample. Oh, this card is... I think people are going to die a lot to this card, if I had to guess. This card's really good. So, like, I'm gonna say this now. I think people are gonna underrate all of these cards to begin with, but this card is absurd in draft. It's just like, well, yeah, it hurt. You just keep slapping it on, and you're like, +3/+2 and trample on an equipment is really good. And if you have no creatures, well, it's still a 3-mana 3/2 trampler. So I think this card's just absurd. You know. And also, while attached to this isn't a creature, there's a rule in Magic that creatures can't equip creatures. Well, it's a huge mana sink, but also, like, that's just a lot of stats. I mean, the trample part is super, super important, too. I see. Weird card. March of other world light. This is a shoal, essentially. They, like, fix the shoals, I guess? So, this... Wait, what? Oh my god, this is... This is, like, impossible to play around. Wait, okay, never mind. I mean, it's fine. Oh, top cards. Okay, so this is just like light up the stage, number 7. But if you're flooded, you can just like look at a lot of cards and get the 2 best ones. And you can do it at their end step, because it's an instant, and just play them on your turn, so... Alright, round 3 coming up. We're back. Thanks for being here. Oh, you can't use end step? Wait, did I misread it? I probably misread it then. Let me reread it. Does it say until next end step? No, it says until your next turn. Oh, never mind. You do not want to cast it at their end step, right? Hold on. That's like... Okay, I don't really... I'm kind of low on this card then. Yeah, it's not very good. Okay, I don't know. It's complicated. Is I guess how I would put it. It's probably not that great. Yeah, I don't really understand why it's an instant then. That seems like kind of peculiar design, but you know. Force of Rage has entered the chat. Well, that one made more sense. Because Force of Rage always killed 2 of their creatures when they attacked. Reckless Impulse is actually pretty good in my opinion. So, you know, that's how it is. Alright, playing against Senpai Blank. This is a keep. It's not like the most insane hand, but we have time to find stuff. I think those are not very good, honestly. Okay. Appears to be another mirror. I'm not dazing that though. I think what's important is finding another land actually. Okay, there we go. I think I want to draw the bolt as well, but kind of unclear. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. For Mag Angler. So they're like Grixis, some sort of Grixis deck. I think I'm supposed to just untap and draw the bolt both of their things, and probably waste the C. They bought them both at least. That's a good sign. Yeah, long time no see, Angler. I agree. If they play an Angler, I think I don't even force it. I just try to untap and find a land for Borrower to bounce it to their hand. Yeah, the Delver deck feels fair nowadays. Yeah, it's fair. I mean, that happens. I mean, EI is really good though, so I don't think it's a big deal. Just gonna brainstorm. So I want to cast Force on this turn cycle. This is probably not. I can put maybe it's Daze Brainstorm. I kind of want the Daze in my hand though. And I want to play the Delver this turn. Okay, I think it's Force, Brainstorm, and waste them. I want to Daze that. Don't think so. It is hard for the Izzet decks to kill that card, so, you know, that is something to think about. think I have to do this. Sucks. I guess versus that card, I would rather do it on their turn. But so now the plan is oh, you know what I should have done? I should have just dazed to prick up my wasteland. Probably. But this is going downhill pretty quickly. Alright, now I'm dead. Maybe I was supposed to just keep the force in my hand instead of daze. Yeah, that might have ended up better. Alright. I actually think I punted, so... Like, I could have just put... I could have also waited and not wasted them to just wait for the force. I just don't like taking damage like that. So, I don't know, it's kind of complicated. I'm gonna cut Pierce's. I'm gonna cut one Force of Will, and the other cards are not great. I don't want End the Festivities versus their deck. I don't think it does anything. I want the Borrower as an out. I mean, I lost to Angler because it costs 1 mana for a 5/5, yes? That can always happen. Never mulliganing these hands, even though it's, like, not the best. Okay. I think I'm gonna take one hit from this. Because, like, bouncing it doesn't do that much, especially when they chose not to shuffle. Alright. Kind of rewarded. Really wish I had a daze here, but I don't. No daze or blast there was kind of sad, but you know, it happens. Alright. I guess I can do this. It's not that exciting, but... If it's Angler, I'm snap letting it resolve, not do anything about it right now, because it's just like, days would be too debilitating. Oh, I should have potentially just eaten the DRC, actually. Yeah, I should have just eaten the DRC instead of attacking for 4. Whoops. Egg Engineer. Let's see. Sag. Another Gurmag. Sucks. It's hard to win when I don't draw any iterations as well, I would like to note. Worrying Blast. But, like, Blast isn't even good versus Anglers, so it's kind of, like... It's kind of tough. Usually the weakness of the Grixis deck versus the 2-color decks is you can waste them out easier. But it doesn't even feel like that's the case here when they've chosen to play with Angler instead of Murktide. So, there's a lot of things that might actually be good for them here, and it's proving problematic for me. Yeah, I mean, but what else am I going to do about it? I can't really do anything else about it, you know? Alright. That's really frustrating. I mean, obviously you do lose power by not playing a 3rd color, but why are the... Well, you just saw why. It costs 1 mana instead of 2, and it's always a 5/5. Like... And it's also not weak to Pyroblast, so... Obviously, this is a small N, but, you know, sometimes you can just lose. Like, I kind of think this is understated. Oh, did I not do a prediction for this round? What happened? Okay, I'll start a prediction for the next round. But basically, I think there is some merit for having a big threat that's not Pyroblastable. And obviously, like, mine was Pyroblastable, so I lost. I mean, I don't know, Wonder Pro. I don't want to, like, say anything. I don't really care about bans one over the other. People just... It's whatevs for me. Well, if we're going to be completely analytical, I think you drew a lot more iterations than I did, Senpai Blank. But also, game one, I think I fucked up, so... I could have kept Force in my hand for game one to Borrower with Force backup instead of Daze backup. So I think that was a fuck up. But yeah, besides that, there was, you know, obviously some back and forth, so it was a fine game. Anyways, get your bets in for round 4. It should be coming up in, like, probably 20-ish minutes, so we'll just chill for a bit. Do I really want to start a league match with this deck? Not particularly. What else can we do while we wait? Yeah, no, exactly. Like, the Angler dodging blast, I think, is a big deal. I only have one Brazen Borrower as well. And really, like, if you don't draw iteration in the mirrors when it goes long, it can be hard to win. Double feature art tier list. They're all Fs. Every single art and double feature is an F. Because I cannot look at any of them. Like, literally none of them have, like, readable art. Entire set's an F. Winged Hussar hates art? That is impressive, yeah. If Winged Hussar hates the art, you know it's truly heinous. Hussar hates the art. Or Hussar loves, like, shitty art so much. It is kind of insane. Oh, this song's a banger. I think I've heard this before, though, but it's still a banger. Legendary Land Heroes. Okay, I'll do that. Let's look up the legendary lands, and I will rank them. Okay. Academy Ruins. A. Skipping those. Seiju who endures. A. Useju shelters all. B minus? Like, fringe, but, you know. Dark Depths. S. Eiganjol Castle. B minus. Ivugan. A. Blackstones of Tricare. A. Gaia's Cradle. S. Skyreach Sanitarium. C minus. Gemstones Caverns? A plus because of design. I think this is a cool card, and it costs you a lot to get the thing out of it. God's Eye, Gate to the Raikai. C? Like, it's fringe? All of Helia's Generosity. B. All of the Bandit Lord. C minus. Hammerheim. I don't know, probably like D. Hawkins National Laboratory. Well, I did like Stranger Things, but This card doesn't really do very much. Probably like C. Inventor's Fair. B+. Caracas, S. Keldon Necropolis, like D-. Carekeep, C. Corehaven. Corehaven's A in limited and like D- otherwise. Alright, Miko Koro, like C-. Monamo, B. Mirin, C. Nykthos, probably A. Oboro, A. Okina, Temple to the Grandfathers, C. Paliano, the High City. Well, this doesn't really do much in Constructed, so it's a weird card. So, like, B in Draft, I guess? It like, literally has no text in Constructed, which is really funny. Like, I don't really understand why this card exists. I mean, obviously it's because Conspiracy was a draft format, but it's very, very peculiar. Because it, like, literally has no text other times, right? Pendlehaven, A. Phyrexian Tower, A. Wrath's Edge, C. R&D Secret Lair, well, it's a fake card, so it's a U. Sarah's Sanctum, S. Shinka, C. Shevan Gorge, D. Shizo, A-. This Fear is really, really powerful. New card, I don't know, this is like a D. Verizile, B. Blue is like kind of a lot on every other turn. The Tabernacle of Pendreville, S, because this card is messed up. Tolaria, I don't know, like D. Tolarian Academy, also S. Tomb of Uramai, C-. Intake, the Cloudkeeper. Before Planeswalkers were eroded to be legendary, this was probably like a D, now it's probably like a C. Urborg, D. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth, A. Borath Stronghold, B. Westvale Abbey, for my nostalgia, A. Otherwise, like C. Yavimaya, same ranking as Urborg. Yavimaya Hollow, D. Alright, I ranked all of the legendary lands. There you go. I'm not writing them down anywhere, so good luck with that. I'll try to just grade it every card instead of putting them in a tier list, I guess, so, you know, is what it is, right? Solid ranking, S-Class. If someone wants to check the VOD and put all of those things in a tier list for me, go ahead. But I'm not going to do it myself. Also, get your bets in for round 4 of the Freeum. What's up, Ryan? Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for everyone being here. We're at 69 sub points for this month. Nice. But if you want it to be nicer, check for that Twitch Prime sub. Or hit that follow button. Following is free to do. Planeswalker tier list. Oh my god. Holy shit. I think there's too many Planeswalkers. Let me see how many Planeswalkers there are in Magic. Alright. Who wants to guess how many Planeswalkers there are? Without looking it up. The answer is so many. Holy moly. Alright, the answer is 255. So I believe Sten is the closest. Good job, Sten. There's 255 Planeswalkers. But a lot of them are just like weird, like, you know, riffs on the other one because of like the Planeswalker deck, event deck, or whatever, you know? So yeah, I'm not gonna rank all 255. Planeswalkers instead of Char. Just rank the characters, but okay. But this search doesn't show me the characters. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of off it, period. How excited am I? I'm like above average excited. Rank it at every card in Legacy. No, Matt, I refuse. Matt, you're gonna have to like. That's not reasonable to ask. You know? Bauble tier list. Okay, I think I can do that. Let me make sure. I think there's only 3. It's like Mishra's, Lodestone, and Urza's, right? Let me check. Oh no, there's more. I forgot. Okay. I'll just rank them 1 through 5. Mishra's number 1, Urza's number 2, Condor's number 3, Wayfarer's number 4, Lodestone number 5. And I will not be providing any proof for my answers. Rank all of the cards with the letters YU in them. That's probably way too... There's only 26? Alright, fine, I'll rank them. Alright, Ayula, Queen Among Bears. B for Bear. Same for Ayula's Infus. B for Bear. Yumi, the Last Visitor, like, weird card with legendary landlock. C. Gavny Unhallowed. What set was this originally in? What the fuck? D. This card was not good. Goro, Disciple of Ryusei. H for Haste. Guanri's 1000 Li March. We'll give it 1,000 out of 1,000 for how many Li he traveled. Guanri, Sainted Warrior. H for Horsemanship. Exactly. Hankyu, actual, like, not very good. Yeah, except, like, some people did lose that. In the long grindy games in that draft format, people lost it, but it's like a D. Oddly uneven, well, I love it. It's just an O for odd. Predatory Urge, F. Prey Upon, A in Innistrad. Besides that, it got so much worse. Ryusei, A in its original format for limited. Shuyin, the Silent Tempest. S. S for Shu. Ubenwald Oddity. Definitely S. This card is really, really good. Undercity Uprising, F. Actually, like, a garbage card. People didn't like Golgari, but the reason they didn't like Golgari was they put cards like this into their deck. Like, this card is just bad. Shuyin Way Advisor. I kind of wonder what the Chinese translation of that is. They don't have it. I'm gonna look it up. Alright, not related to me. Not the same surname. This is like C-. Weirdly expensive because it's from P3K, I think. All of the P3K, like, legends are expensive. Alright, Yuan Shao's Infantry. I don't know, D? Yuan Shao, the Indecisive. Shao. Yuan Shao, the Indecisive. Horsemanship and... Weird. Oh, congrats to Jimmy Rink. C, I guess. I don't know. UNT Fangblade. Oh, it's a venture card. Automatically a C. UNT Malison. Oh, but this one's actually unblockable. We'll give this a B. Alright, Yuki Onna. When damage was on the stack in that format, this card was insane. So it was like A, but now it's probably like B-. Yukora, the Prisoner. People were so excited about this card because it's like an undercosted creature, and it's like, well, it wasn't very good. This is like D. Yuriko, A. Really good card. Good with Changeling Outcast, good with Ornithopter. Yurlok of Scorched Thrash. I can't say I've ever seen this card, but this basically reintroduces Mana Burn to the game. Use 3 Fortune's Flame. Always pick 5 if you're at 20. And it's S for unlimited. Just like, I would easily first pick this. I would easily splash this. And Joey, Chief Commander. Well, this is not very good. So it's probably like a D. Alright, there we go. I ranked all of the cards that have substring YU in them. Great work. Yeah, I mean, I'm here for the chat. And if chat could be here for me, hit that follow button. Or hit that sub button. You hit all 5 flips the very first time you play that card? That's your 1 out of 32er. Very, very lucky. Your friend opponent conceded. I mean, you got to do the thing, so it's not surprising, but... I can believe it. I hope you just dodge every meltdown with the way your deck is constructed, Coley, for your sake. I might not even play. It depends on how I feel that morning. But I'm kind of just, like, off it all. I'm kind of off, like... how do I put it? Yeah. How many meltdowns were cast against you? Yeah, of course Salvagers matters. Salvagers is your best card. What are we playing today? The decklist should be up. I'm playing Izzet. Oh, did I never update? I did not update it. course Esper Sentinel is unreal. I already knew that. It's just like it's hard for a lot of decks in Legacy to play Esper Sentinel because it's like not actually good in Death and Taxes. Well, it's like good in other decks. It's especially good in decks that have Urza Saga, so. You have Rug, Delver, sleeved up for this weekend's Legacy Pipper tourney. I wish you the best of luck. Oh. I don't actually live in Baltimore. It's like 2 hours from me, but yes, I'm gonna hang with Dave. I'm gonna play Modern and Legacy. It's like 2 hours from my house. Probably like closer to 2.5 because it's Valley Forge and not actually Philadelphia. Like it modifies it a little bit. Alright, so waiting for the last match. I don't think I'll play matches after this last match for today. I'm feeling sleepy. I was sleepy this morning when I woke up, but I still felt like streaming, so. You know, we won the first match and lost the next two, and that happens. Three-color wedge list. Which ones are wedges? Or those are like the ones that are all next to each other? Close to what? No, I just built my own. I looked at what he said and I decided I would build my own. Which is fine. I think you should just build decks the way you want to play them. I think that's like underrated, generally speaking. Sultai? Sultai's a wedge? Okay. I think Abzan's number one for me, then Jeskai, then Sultai, then Temur, and then Mardu. Love a good Siege Rhino. Siege Rhinos travel in packs, you know. There should be Crash of Rhinos. Or Crash of Rhinos is a card. Yeah, more like Mardone got him. Crash of Rhinos is a sick card. How can anyone ever beat an 8-mana 8/4 Trampler? They just get hit 3 times and then they're dead, you know? No one can ever beat Crash of Rhinos in the history of Magic. But if you want to get better at Magic and you enjoy the stream, hit that follow button, hit that sub button. I'm joking a little bit, but really, people should use their Twitch Prime sub somewhere. Alright, match 4 coming up. This is for all the marbles, chat. All the marbles. This is actually for like 10 marbles, but you know, all the marbles. And it's Yorion, so it's probably Death and Taxes. We're often keep, but this is like a dead card. Looking for a Brainstorm. If they waste me, whatever. I shouldn't have F6 so fast, but whatever. It's bad. For the trade. I was thinking get both of these back into my deck next turn. Just think I'm gonna aggro Surveil. Fine. Okay, maybe I'm supposed to keep the land. Just put these two back. I think keeping the land's actually better. And if I fetch a basic here, the problem is they can waste me off red, and I think that matters. So I'm not going to do it. The plan is to churn through to find Murktides. I did pitch one to Force, but that's why you play 4. Pretty important in this matchup to play 4. That's good. Well, it's good in that it allows me to... Fine. I think I just need to use as much mana as possible per turn. Got plenty of those. Okay, cool. I mean, they could have another Caracas. No, the prelims are still MH2, apparently. That's what I've been told. I don't know when they're turning it off, because I saw the limited prelims cost 450 Playpoint Center. Cool, just digging for Murktides. How do you know? Well, they cost 450 to enter. Right? Like, that's how you know. The Daze is really good, actually. But so is the Channeler. So is the Delta. No DRC to get Delirium. I kind of just want to play a second DRC and try to close the game. That's what I'm thinking about. It's complicated. All right. Then I can Delirium it at some point. It's not a big deal. I just keep that because it's just like literally counterspell for not very much. All right. I mean, we're not doing anything for a while, but the minute I find a Murktide, it's going to be super protected, so it should be able to solo. Don't think Bolt's actually good right now. That's definitely not good. Alright, we're just missing a Murktide. I've been 20 through 29 cards and only seen one Murktide, but we can Daze to pick up Sanctuary now, so it's like kind of sick. Basically just dazing anything to pick up the Sanctuary. Alright, there we go. Don't need that. I do want to keep that though, I think. They're gonna die really fast now. I don't think cycling the heat is worth it. I think I would rather just hold it for Brainstorm or something, you know? Probably want to keep that by this point, because they'll be dead in 2 if I keep it. Alright. They're super dead. Right. Yeah, I mean, they got stuck on one land, but I think they kept a one-lander with double Mother of Runes, triple Mother of Runes, and I forced the first one and they had 2 more. But then I just had a bunch of setup time. Like, they could have mulliganed, but they chose not to. Is Daze good here? Yes. It's good with Sanctuary, like, I don't know. Alright, I want that Caracas in. I want at least 1 Meltdown. Both ends. And cut Spell Pierce, because it's, like, kind of bad. I think my next worst card is Power Blast for sure. Then, what else do I want to cut? I don't actually like cutting Daze or Force for some. People say drawing 7 is good, but people just don't want to do it. What's up, Mats? You have a good one? Could cut, like... Could cut the Sanctuary, actually. I'm not sure. Like, it's good. Maybe I can't cut Sanctuary. Only other card's really good, though. I actually kind of like having 20 lands versus them as well. Maybe I shouldn't bother with the Meltdown, but it feels correct to have it. Cut 1 Daze on the draw. That's reasonable. That's probably what I'm gonna do, except Daze is kind of broken with Sanctuary, so I'm not sure. I think I can cut 1, though. I think that is reasonable. Keep. Low demand for this hand to become truly great. I just need to draw 2 lands. I guess I drew a land, but it's kind of the wrong one. Just hoping for no waste. Interesting. It's probably gonna die, but that's fine. I don't really care if this dies. That's annoying. I had Borrower in my deck at least. I think if I just draw a fetch, I'll just turbo. I didn't, but I'm just gonna cast this. Rip into Timeless Dragon is something alright, but I think it's still correct for you to force it because I think my Murktides are too important. The thing about plowing in response, I'm fine with that. If they plow this, I don't give a fuck. That's one of the issues with this version of Blue-Red, is that you're really soft to rip. There's actually a lot of things you're soft to, like, to be fair, so that's why I don't think the deck is, like, as perfect as people say it is. There's, like, certain exploits that you can use, and it's super, super annoying sometimes, you know? Opponent has appeared to gone AFK. Put it over the stream? Nah, I don't think they would, but, you know. Also, if they do, like, whatever. I'm not gonna rant about it. Okay. Waste can go. Probably Island. Basically, I need to fetch another Volk, I think, for this game. That's fine. I'm not necessarily good enough to beat any snipers. Okay, that's fine. The plan is protect the queen on Murktide, really. Is Murktide a queen? Who can say? Fucking back. Jesus. Alright. I think I'm just gonna play this tapped. I think I just need the colored sources. Edge. Yeah, it's fine. This is definitely into my hand. Question is, what else do I do? Probably exile the land. It's kind of weird because I don't think the bolt does very much. Oh, man. Need to save the fetch. Scry upkeep. But yeah, I'm probably gonna lose like a prolonged game here. I mean, the iterations are gonna do a good job, obviously, but would have been nice to have Bolt for that, obviously. But you know, whatevs. And the festivities would not be bad here, though. How many did I exile? 1? Yeah. Don't want to draw that one, really. Do not need that one. Just force my thing to attack, but that's fine. Wonder what my opponent's thinking about. Let's stay on top. Don't know any of the cards in my opponent's hand. Kind of looking like Meltdown's not that good for some. I mean, obviously they could Versus Saga in their deck, and I don't actually know for sure, but. I know one Solitude. Oh, I do. You're right. They still have one Solitude. You're right. Kind of annoying, but. Oh, they want an engagement and damage race? Does that matter? Doesn't look like it. Been through one Murktide, 30 cards left in my deck. Murktides are literally the best draw possible, so it's like trying to surveil into them. Or just get bad cards out of my deck, you know. Same sort of deal. Just say go. We'll see what they do. Really? Sheesh. They have 2 Timeless Dragon. It's the Eternalized token from Timeless Dragon. I think this is a little. I would have left both the dragons back if I were them, but because now I get to do this. Flicker Wisp. Kind of just have to do this. And I think I'm just going to put Iteration on top because it looks like it's going that route. I'm going to need 2 cards to try to dig out of this. I think they should have gone after the Delver and just left the Dragon back, to be quite fair. Kind of weird that they didn't do that, in my opinion. It's bad. Skyclave. Yep. Makes sense. Gonna need some good ones. Ah, that's not it. That's really bad, actually. I think I'm just dead for... I just needed a Murktide, and I didn't see one in like 33 cards. I mean, I saw one, but I didn't see a second. So I actually lost because I didn't find a second Murktide, I think. Really tragic. And like now I don't have like Gutshot or anything in my deck, so I'm kind of locked. I just basically only found like air cards. Alright, sucks. Feels like I got unlucky in that game because like... Yeah, I mean, like, you all saw how good the Days Sanctuary thing was, that game, right? It was, like, really... It was kind of messed up, honestly. I think I'm just gonna cut Meltdown. I don't think, like, I actually need it. Days is another answer for Vile on the play anyways, so... I could have, like, even at End of the Festivities, I think is good enough to stabilize that game, but I didn't really find anything, so... This is good enough. This is not the most insane hand, but I'm definitely keeping. Basically have to daze it. I think they should have just plowed on their turn, because I get a scry otherwise. Murktide. Want to draw it? Probably. I mean, they're down one plow, so it's just like, if I just bolt something end step, untap. I do have that, so I can waste it. Sure. It's a really good draw, actually. One dragon. That doesn't... I don't think that matters that much. Are we feeling postman? Fine. I don't know. Like, should I feel anything besides fine? I'm pretty apathetic. I generally prefer not for things not to get banned, but besides I'm pretty apathetic. That makes sense. You're a D&T. You're slightly favored as Yori on taxes, I believe, but obviously Murktide is like a really important card. I think they trade damage a little too aggressively, in my opinion. Because, like, my deck has Lightning Bolt, so if you get down to a low life total, I can kind of punk you sometimes. Can't. So I should just force it in case if they have land to equip. And if I blind flip, I win, obviously. Right. But now any bolt's lethal, and I've only used one. I'm gonna play my land out because it just makes iterations better because of Thalia. Don't think they can spend time... Like, they can get Shadowspear and equip, but they need Solitude or Plow or Council's Judgment. Otherwise I win. And they've already used a Plow and a CJ, so... Alright, looks like we got it, chat. It looks like concede lag. Which is a thing, you know? Alright. Always glad to squeak out the 2-2 after being 1-2. Alright, yes, I got 2-2, and, you know, thanks for everyone being here. Appreciate you all, and if you want to support the stream, follow, that's free to do. Please hit the follow button, that's free to do so. Yeah, I don't know, iteration's good. I think I was incorrectly anti-Sanctuary for too long. I think Sanctuary is a lot better than I gave it credit for. Especially in a matchup like this, like, Sanctuary is actually pretty good. So, like, I think you want Sanctuary somewhere. Like, sideboard is fine. Main deck's fine too. Anyways, let's see. Also, check for those Prime subs. Let's see if I can get past a nice number of subs. And, you know, let's just talk about the deck again real quick for a few minutes. So, I like the one Heat. Blast I could take or leave. Like, Pierce I like. You could also play Fawn, but I kind of think there's an issue with running out of cards sometimes. So I kind of like Spell Pierce over the Fawn. I like one Borrower. Could play a second Borrower. Don't know if you actually need Karakas. I like Court, I like Old Reacher. If you don't play the main deck Blast, you probably need to play 4 Power Blasts in your sideboard still. There's just like enough matchups where I think it's critical. Still want Meltdown for like the true Urza Saga decks, like 8 cast, you know, stuff like that. So there's a lot to think about. Things are shifting. You'll sub once Twitch stops messing. Alright, I'll hang out for a sec then while that happens. Anything else? I'm trying to think if there's other things I was thinking about. Oh, I like 1 Cage and 2 Surgical. Just like, Cage is good versus Elves and Reanimator. And, like, Green Sun Zenith is a huge problem for these decks, I think, generally. So I like having Cage versus that style of deck. So let's see. Was there something else I was thinking about? I don't remember. And no, the Sanctuary was really, really good. Yeah, Sky's the Limit. Leyline and Rip are very good. Fair enough. That's fair, the Tonic Booth. You know, you've been a pal to the stream, so it's fine. Maybe you'll be back a different day. But, yeah, I don't know. Rip is definitely painful. Like, I mean, it's not gonna, like, Delver at least decreases your exposure somewhat. Like, 8 of my threats are soft to that. 4 of them, like, can still attack, and that's one of the reasons to still play Delver, you know? I mean, Ragavan was also immune to that, but then Ragavan was also, like, a legend, so you could get, like, Karakas plus Rip Locked, but now it's, like, harder for that to happen, so in some ways, like, you're actually less exposed to some weird setups from Death and Taxes. You know, the deck is, I think it's still solid. Like, maybe it's not insane, maybe it's not busted or cracked or whatever the kids say, but I think it's a solid deck. Kind of just have to play your best, and, you know, sometimes you do lose matches. I lost, like, 2 mirrors / semi-mirrors, and that can help. Or that can happen, rather. Alright, anyways, I think that's all I have for today. I'll be back on Monday for some Modern. Maybe Wednesday as well, but next Thursday I will be casting the Cube Envy. Yeah, thanks for being here, Bustle, and your hedgerow.